Yeah. Stop swearing, start streaming.
That should be what the button says.
Yeah, seriously.
That's what the button should say. Stop swearing and start streaming.
I have to rest.
That's not how that works. You should learn about this. It doesn't work like that at all.
Oh,
look, do we have audio though? That's always
There's actually a guy on America's Got Talent with Tourette's. He so far hasn't sworn on live TV as far as I've seen.
Look, it's a whole different thing, and we're not even going there.
There's different types of Tourette's.
Welcome to Vlog Thursday.
He has the boring
and it's episode 86. This is our 15th year in business. Did anyone besides me know that?
I've only been here
Is it our
3.
15th anniversary?
Technically, yeah.
No, like is it today?
Like today?
I don't know when I filed the paperwork in September, and the date I actually filed the paperwork for this company is eluding me at the moment.
Close enough. Like, I'll give you that.
But I know the month
if
I
it's
filed
this
the paperwork.
month,
Well,
cool.
technically it was last month, but the government recognized the paperwork and officially made us a company in September of 2003.
Well, happy birthday, LTS. What do we get?
I don't know.
Cake.
Cake.
I love cake.
Cake. So there's
Get
that.
cake tomorrow. Buttercream frosting.
What do you guys say when a client mentions that you only 5 minutes or is easy? I was once told that our job could be done by trained monkeys. You remember that guy, Ed? Yes.
Yeah.
He was wrong. People do that. It's I charge for the value I create, not for how long it takes me to do things. That is a common response I have. I charge for the value I create.
I have that problem sometimes, like even with just stuff up front. Somebody comes in, and it's a simple problem they have with their laptop. It's something that I could fix, but it's something they didn't know how to do. And so it's one of those things that even Tom's to tell me, like, sometimes you do have to charge for the knowledge. You have to charge for the help that you gave them, even if it doesn't feel like a lot to you. It may have taken you 10 minutes to do it, and that's still 10 minutes out of the time that I could have been doing something else. So,
yeah, and that's the whole thing is you really got to think about it from that perspective that you're always charging for the value you create, not for that. So, because that comes up a lot. I mean, do I charge by the hour for VPN setup? No. You know how many hours I've been practicing, so to speak, doing VPNs? So now when I do a VPN, I don't even think about it. I'm like, it's all set. Any of the stuff, firewall configs and things like that, I just walk in and knock them out. So I'm charging by the value I create, so I flat rate lots of different things.
because you also have to look at it this way. It might take you 20 minutes to do a setup. How long would it take them to figure that out?
Yeah. And
So-
do they want? And then again, is it a discipline? Is it something they want to do for that long? The picture that I used, and I don't think you guys seen it, but I'll pull it up over here. So the picture I have at the beginning is because there are still things, despite being in business for 15 years, the lights are still on this device because it far exceeds our time in business, and it's still on and still working.
Electronics?
Yeah.
Landscape.
Yeah, the thing is old, very old. And it was kind of a fun discussion, and there's a good chance the person who I was standing next to is now watching the vlog that I took that picture today, because that was at the client that I went to today. So they're a fan of the show, fan of the YouTube channel, and also an IT admin at a local company, very local. So they were kind of happy that we came out and did a quote for putting we're putting together a quote. We did the walkthrough, and I got to put together a quote for them. So if you're out there, hello, but I don't disclose client names unless they want to be disclosed. But yeah, we're putting together a quote. But it comes back to hardware as a service. That's how this all... Okay. How much can you charge your client? And there's fair amounts you can charge people. What's a fair amount? Well, the free market kind of decides that. But if your amount you charge is hoping that the chief financial officer doesn't own a calculator or understand how value of things works,
or have the ability to look up the device that's sitting in front of them,
it turns out that what they're charging them for their hardware leased as a service Wi-Fi for about 200 devices, if they purchase all the devices outright, it only will take them about 3 months to pay for them.
Oh, God.
And they've been paying this for 2 years.
Oh, God.
I didn't know it was
And they
that
don't
extreme.
own it. So, yeah, it's that extreme.
So they want to switch off, and now the thing that they've more than paid for multiple times
They could have bought
is going away, too.
Or-
And now they have to buy their own.
Yeah. That's like, you know, we're gonna rent you this apartment for about $8,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have bought the whole apartment building after the first 3 months.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you leave, you have to leave. You have no money invested in this. Yeah, that's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, and this comes up a lot. How do you do pricing? How do you do pricing? This is probably one of the things out there. And it's really hard to do a video on how you do pricing. I don't know all the factors. And me and Brett will be doing a video tomorrow to talk about some business and pricing, not directly to MSP, but some more general business talk related to it. So we're going to do a video kind of on that topic and how we're going to go forward with this company and some changes we're making here. For like, people ask like, okay, Marvin left. What do you do instead, or how did this work? Well, we're just doing all of it. A lot of our leads are coming in from YouTube, so we're actually going to be doubling down and focusing more and more on YouTube versus other methods of marketing, like having a regular sales guy go out. So
I'm working.
Yeah.
Sending emails.
Yeah, he's working. He's sending emails.
I have my inbox open. So
his inbox is open. So we get a lot of referrals and everything from a lot of different places. So we're going to break down some of the costs of that. But when you want to talk about specifically like the MSP pricing, well, how much do you charge per month? Well, you have to not charge just what your expenses are. Charge what your expenses will be when you expand. Because some people get caught up and they can never grow their company because they put it all together and they're like, I'm making so much money right now. And I'm like, yeah, but as soon as you hire someone, you're in the negative. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it looks like a lot of money. You even see when we're charging people like $150 an hour, you're like, that's a lot of money. I'm like, well, no. The lights, the bills, there's not... all the people, the things that you have to support around it.
It costs money to exist.
It does.
Existence is not just pain, it's expensive.
Yeah. Painfully expensive.
Existence is pain and expenses. So there's a lot that goes into it. I may do a few breakdown videos, and it's just some understanding of how things work. It is kind of a little bit of an advantage sometimes people have when they're working out of their house, when they have no expenses or anything like that. But
they can come hang out at your house all day for $120.
We
do guys who...
I know one guy...
That was their business plan.
Yeah, I know another guy, he'll hang out at your house all day for like $100 or less. And the problem is once he's hanging out at that one person's house all day, he can't go to other people's houses, and his business is not really much of a business because he's unpredictable. Once he gets caught up on one job, that's it. So if you're not thinking about it growth, you can make some money on the side doing it, but it kind of depends on what your plan is. Do you plan to have a company with people and a business that you can leave? Or in this guy's case, he does take vacations. He just turns his phone off for a week. He's just like, this week I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how you want to run it. Wispapalooza, I think, is coming up. I don't know if I'm going or not. And I am bringing it up because I kind of want to go, but I kind of don't want to pay for tickets. So does anyone have free tickets?
Jeez.
Can I just sound sad?
I was going to say, that's stooping. That's kind of low.
Am I going low here? No. Actually, it's kind of funny. So I was talking to Chris from Crosstalk Solutions. We were talking about a couple different things. But we were talking about, like, I guess he's probably going to go to that event.
Talking about, like, the internet providers?
Yeah, they're there.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about going... Wisp. Yeah.
I've never heard of the actual
Palooza
before.
They actually have an event called Wispapalooza.
Okay.
Like that, so
neat.
Yeah. So anyways, no, we're just trying to figure out... I want to go there. I like going to some events. I'm trying to get more acclimated into meeting some of the people in there. I've never been to Vegas, and I hate flying in planes. So there's that as the other side of it. So
Mr. T didn't get any planes.
Mr. T didn't get any plane? Really?
No.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He used to knock him out before he traveled. I remember that.
It worked for him.
A-team. Go A-team. So I haven't decided if I'm going there or not. I might. I really want to see because you're going to have some of the people that we are vendors for, like Ubiquity and things like that. So they're going to be there, and
that could be helpful.
I'd love to meet them in person.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that we're big fans of their products. So meeting them actually in person rather than a couple times we talked to phone, that might be pretty cool. So when is that? That's like in October or something. So other people, and maybe a few of you that watch this, I also bring it up because maybe a few of you that watch it, if you encourage me like, hey Tom, I'm going to be there too, and maybe, okay, I'll have a meetup or something. I don't know. I'm all for doing that at some point in time. I wouldn't mind doing a meetup here at some time, but I don't think we have that many people in Detroit that...
who's nearby.
Who's nearby?
Right, yeah,
I
exactly.
see like all these people from everywhere else. So
Now, we do get a couple people from, out of state or out of the country that, hey, I happen to be in the area. I thought I'd come say hi. And it's actually been kind of cool. But I don't know how many are actually around here. So we have some, obviously.
So yeah, that's something we're thinking about doing, just different stuff. What is I'm interested in building servers and would like to start a business. I would like to complete my degree in AT mid next year. Any suggestions?
Finish your degree.
Finish your degree, build a server. I mean, just do it. Like that's the Nike thing or something. Like just do stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do things.
Do things and stuff.
Do things and stuff.
Are we allowed to bring up Nike right now?
No, it's controversial. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, just kind of, it's one of those things, just get into it. Start somewhere. Pick a project and try to build it. Go to GitHub and try to make something work. Try to load Linux. Try to load a server. Go load Zen server. Follow my tutorials. Just start somewhere and you just kind of keep,
If you start somewhere and start going, you'll end up somewhere.
There you go.
In circles sometimes.
Sometimes you go full circle. Sometimes you just get really aggravated. Sometimes you have a VPN video you still didn't complete. We say that every Thursday. The VPN is still up and running.
At least it's been
great.
started.
Yeah, because we keep having all this business coming at us. So
I know.
We hired a new guy. He's coming up to speed. He's figured out how to use Invoice Ninja. He's figured out how to send quotes. He's figured out how to...
I like how Corey asked, can you go look something up? And Eric's like, yeah, I can. And he goes, damn, you've already learned it faster than I have. And he's been here since the beginning of Invoice Ninja.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's still that.
I pick up things fast. I mean, he just needs to use it more correctly.
Yes. Using it correctly. There we go.
Yes.
There's the catch.
Yes.
That.
I didn't know if it was appropriate to post it on Twitter, but we did make Corey clean his vehicle. It's substantially better. It was bad and
It's still sticky.
but it's less cluttered. It's still sticky from a soda incident that occurred.
We found a mesh AP.
Yes.
That may have happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
that happened.
Note the change in tone on that one out of Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew one was missing. He said it wasn't. We found it. Yeah, inventory. Anyways, so there's that. Then I have some more follow-up videos. So the Revved Up Fun video. What all do you guys want to know? So I was thinking about a network planning video, like how we planned the network. This may be me just doing this too often. I don't see it as a big deal, but some people seem to really get hung up on some of that.
I was here for the network planning. You two pretty much just shot a couple ideas back and forth. Yeah, I was thinking about segregating onto this, VLAN. Yeah, that's a great idea. And we could change
What do
the
we set
addresses
this
there.
for? Yeah, okay. And about how many do you think we need here? Well, we'll make this network, and we're done.
It was about 5 minutes of back and forth, and then
Yeah.
it was done.
And it's part of the thing, and this goes back to people go into painstakingly
They overthink it.
Well, maybe, but the other side of it is me and Steve have been doing this for a long time. So this is something like we just walk in, we're like, yeah, it looks like a mess to you, but we look at it and go, yeah, we just got to change this,
What
change
was
this.
it you couldn't do the other day because you were going to the wrong server?
Oh well, yeah, I had a brain fart. That's a sign of burnout.
That happens.
When you're
That
like,
happens.
I can't find the user folder on the server. Tom, you're on the wrong server. Never mind. I'm gonna go home.
Well, no, you gotta. It doesn't. You gotta create it. Well, no, it should exist on the old server, but you're on the new server.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. And at that point, I left.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done.
I just went, hit the sleep button on my computer. I'm like, I'm leaving now. Like, there's a time when you really should stop working because I've hit it. I've hit it to limit. I'm like, okay, I'm there. This is where I end because I will probably not do things in a smart, coherent manner.
Yeah.
Coherency is down 20%.
I'm never coherent, so
Yeah.
I'm just rambling.
Hello we got Denmark, UK, South Bend, Indiana. Lots of trucking stuff in South Bend.
I like how we went from like foreign to right there. That's not too far.
Sure.
South Bend.
Where's Oz?
Oz?
I'm thinking like Dorothy and Wizard.
That's what
of.
I'm thinking. I'm very interested. You have to go to Kansas first.
Do you have to go to Kansas to get to Oz?
Yeah.
Tornado.
There should
Tornado.
really. I hope there's a city in Kansas called Oz.
I bet there
isn't,
there
if there
has to
isn't, one of them should get on
Somebody
it.
should get on
Yes,
this.
we should be
I'm
getting,
getting on
that.
it right now. I'm very interested. Google Maps.
Oh, someone said I did some consulting with the Ashley Furniture next to Rev, and the space was amazing. Yes. Yeah, that's right. There's a furniture place over there.
Yeah, I think they were still like
Open? Like it was just hanging out?
like there was just plastic kind of hanging there.
Like there was plastic on the windows, but somebody had cut the plastic open so you could just walk in if you wanted.
Yeah, that happens.
But they are nice spaces. There's a lot of room there.
Notre Dame, home of the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame's not too far.
No.
Where's that? I know it's in America, but where?
I think it's
Tom learns geography.
Isn't it in Indiana?
No.
No.
Where's Notre Dame? So, anyways, saw the pre-wear.
Well, now I'm gonna have to Google that.
Now we have to Google where things are. This is turning into geography. All right, back to networking. FreeNAS. I am doing. I got it. I have the server. It's just a view here. That's why there's some wires. We just kind of slid the test server over. Beta 3 did the review, and I'm going to. Steve's dragging it. It's coming into view. It's almost here.
Then we lose a light, and then things go bad.
No.
Close enough.
Close enough. People believe it exists now.
Yep. What's that tribe that only believes things that they have physically seen, so they don't have like any history outside of their own existence?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's just a mental condition.
No, there's actually a tribe, and then they sent missionaries to try and convert them, and it didn't work. Because they go, well, we've never seen it, therefore we don't believe it. So,
Have fun.
See you.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
don't.
nice.
Oh. Someone says, I went to a job interview. They asked if I knew anything about managed services and endpoint. So I whipped out, oh yeah, I use SolarWinds and I got the job. Never used SolarWinds before.
Good news is it's easy.
Good news is it's pretty easy. There is a IT version for internal IT people. Hopefully that you do take the time to learn it, because that sometimes is a good thing. Please don't be one of those IT people that got the job and then doesn't. I understand people who go, yeah, I can figure it out because you have some confidence, but don't be that person who just never figures it out. There's an email back and forth that me and Steve have been palming our faces over.
I had an aneurysm.
Yeah. So this company, this guy's title, what is his title? Is this chief?
I don't know.
It's tech in his title, but he doesn't know what VPNs are. He wants us to open port 9100 to the internet. We're trying to explain to him why opening port 9100 on a printer is a bad idea. And he's a technical guy.
They want to set up a VPN to this printer, but they also want to open a port.
They want to, yeah.
They don't actually use the word open the port.
Yeah. It is just a massive confusion. So we're really upset every time we talk to him because the guy is absolutely clueless.
Regional manager information systems.
Regional manager.
Should I read the question?
That's just a bunch of words.
I doubt he's watching. Yeah, don't say his name.
I'm not going to say his name. Why would I do that? I don't care about that.
Okay.
So one of the questions asked is, what is the public IP? They're trying to set up a VPN, and they ask what the public IP address of the printer that sits behind the customer's firewall is. Behind their Sonic Wall firewall. The public IP of the printer on the internal network. I don't understand. And they tell you they want a VPN set up, but they tell you to avoid address conflicts, we cannot route to private IPs.
Addresses.
I'm like, but that's
literally how a VPN works.
What a VPN is tying two private networks together over the public internet. So if you can't use private IPs, what do you want?
Yeah. I don't understand. And these are some of these weird things that we have when we're interacting with people who have tech in their title, and we're like, they just don't know what they're doing. It is just...
Look, what? Yeah, that's how I feel. What?
Yeah. We've been going back and forth with this guy because there's been several emails similar to this.
The best part is we ask them, what do you want? And a month later, we get a response.
Of the same thing.
Yeah, it didn't help at all.
Yeah,
And
there's very long delays between the emails back and forth. This has been going on since it was cold outside. I know that.
Yeah.
It was cold out when this project started.
Oh, they don't respond for a month at a time.
Yeah. So this is like 4 months
And
of
the owner of the
emails.
company's kind of like,
Am I missing something? Does this make... It doesn't make sense to me, but maybe I'm missing something. No, we don't know what they want.
Yeah, nobody's clear.
Yeah, our client, which is the owner of the local company that's trying to interact with this other company, he understands what VPNs are. He has multiple sites, and he has VPNs, and he completely understands how they work. And he's a CEO. He's a smart guy, but he manages a business, runs a business, and he can't make any heads or tails of what these people are telling him. So he passes it off to us, and we're like, it's gibberish. Live under a rock? Could be.
I always encounter this.
Yeah, we encounter this a lot.
More than I wish.
Like the 8 emails I've sent asking what speed Wi-Fi they have.
Oh, God.
Customer complaints, our Wi-Fi's slow that you put in. Well, what speed are you paying from your ISP? I get 78 megs at Wayne State.
That was my favorite answer.
What?
Literally asked 8 times, what speed are you paying for? Well, it's slower out here. Okay, but what do you pay for? But it's faster somewhere else.
Yeah.
Not on the premises.
Yeah.
Right.
When we go to my college class, I get faster internet. Well, that's great, but what internet speed are you paying for at your location?
Yeah.
And then we just get a speed test.
Yeah, they send us a speed test of what they're it doesn't.
What they're getting, but that still doesn't tell us what they pay for.
And I have a feeling what has happened here, because see, we're dealing with the management level. The owner, on the other hand, probably went and said, "What's the cheapest internet I can have?" So the owner probably called the PIM and goes, "What's the cheapest you have?" and reduced it. And we think that's what happened. And I said, "Just give me a copy of the bill. If you can't read the bill, I'll just send me a copy of it, and we'll get it." But no one replies. So it's been fun.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun.
Poland.
How do you deal with "shut up and tell me what it is your problem is and fix this"?
Wait, what?
I think he's telling us this is how we deal with it.
Here.
That's how you deal with customers like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we already do that. I'm pretty apathetic towards people.
Yeah.
Like, Eric was laughing the other day because somebody's like, well, I'm in the... Somebody asked me, like, well, I'm in the office at 9. Can you look at it? And my response was, I'm in the office at 10. And there was no more words. Like, we're either going to do it at 10 or we're not doing it.
I'm using other solution managed network customers. If you'd like can set up a free trial. Interested, Dell EMC backup? Not really.
What we have works.
Yeah, what we have works. I'm familiar with other products. I can't really just go loading it and say, cool, it worked. And I know, and we'll go and throw Datto out there. A lot of people I know, I have friends use Datto. They love it. They think it's a great solution. It works well with their stack. And it is a good product. From my understanding, I've not used it, so I'm offering the opinion they've given me that they think it's great. It's a great disaster recovery plan. But if it doesn't offer anything that I don't have already, it's hard for me to go, let me spend time testing it. Because I only have a finite amount of time. And spending a whole bunch of time testing another product, I have to have an interest in a product, a real use case for it. And I don't just want to test something. I want to be very thorough. Because I'm sure in a perfect situation, I load it on my laptop, I erase my laptop, I restore my laptop, it works. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's not going to be very helpful as a review. I need to actually...
How's the user interface?
Well, not just that.
Single file restores.
But it goes a step further.
How long does it take?
Our experiences we're sharing are because we actually have these deployed, not like test scenarios on a table, but yes, we have VPNs set up with pfSense that have been running for years through updates, through over time, and not have security flaws. That's a real review. This is what it's like in the real world of using this product. SolarWinds. We've been using it for 5 years now. It's been at least 5 years.
Oh yeah, it has.
So 5 years. We've even gone through the transitions as they've purchased and added things.
Yeah, when they bought this other company.
When they bought this other company and added this other thing.
Because it was GFI Max when we started.
Yeah, I didn't start using it till it was already SolarWinds, but it was GFI before that.
GFI, and then I think it was MSP Anywhere or something.
No, that's what it is now.
That's what it is now.
Or wasn't there? It was
called Hound Dog
GFI
for a while.
Max.
They used to have a slogan called "We Do It Doggy Style."
Okay.
Better than the opposite, trying to explain that VPNs are security directors. We're told that VPNs are opening network to another by the IT supplier.
Not wrong.
Yeah, you're splitting hairs.
What?
VPNs are technically opening your network to someone else. They're not wrong. You are, as long as you know who the someone else is.
Yeah, don't just open it to a random VPN.
It's not like, don't open a random VPN accepting connections. That's bad.
That's why you got to be very scrutinizing about what service you choose for your VPN.
Yes.
So,
and we can go back to, I recommend OpenVPN. Why? It works, and it works well. I know there's a few others out there, and I'm not for a monoculture, but it's a very well-accepted, well-documented standard to use OpenVPN. Now, we've set up others. We've used the L2TP and some of the other ones, and they work, and that's cool, but a lot of our go-to, because it's just such a great, well-implemented protocol, is the OpenVPN stack.
You know, I have to give you props. You've been able to say L2TP correctly for the past couple times.
Dude, once
that's
I
not
figured
an
it
easy
out.
one.
Oh, I got sent a message though. Mikrotik.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is Mikrotik.
Yes. So from
Mikrotik.
Mikrotik.
Yeah.
Mikrotik.
Which they just can't stay out of the news, and it's for the
Yes,
same reason.
It was Logic Now between GFI and SolarWinds.
That's the other one.
Logic Now.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was it.
Because before it was Logic Now, it was Hound Dog.
Yeah, I started
Hound Dog,
using it when it
Logic
was
Now.
Logic Now, but after it was GFI.
Yeah.
So.
I started back in GFI.
Everyone always asks me this. I still have the ISO downloaded. I have not had time to test OpenSense.
I feel like there might be a new ISO.
Well, actually, that's
Right.
this is a problem that I had a discussion with some friends who have been using it, and they really like it. One of my friends like, "Oh, really? What did you think of it?" And they said they liked it. The headache they had was there's so many updates. They said it has more updates.
Okay.
So there's a lot more updates to
It's
do.
Are they-
PS3.
Are they?
Friggin'.
Yeah, its favorite program is System Update.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know that that's good or bad. They didn't say that the updates bricked it, but from a management standpoint, that can be challenging because pfSense is they have solid updates. Like there's an update because there's a new version, because there's some features, there's some, errata and things closed. Cool. Well, that's not very often, which is great. From a management standpoint, I don't want to spend a lot of time updating my firewalls.
Yeah.
I like the 138-day uptime that it has on there without problems. So that's where the challenge comes in. If you I got to do some more testing with it, but it doesn't compel me because it doesn't have a feature that makes me go, man, I'm just missing this giant hole over here of features that I'll get when I get the pfSense or OpenSense installed. So I'm using OpenVPN to my country right now so I don't get ads in YouTube. I'm studying in the UK now.
I'm using YouTube Red for that same feature.
YouTube Red is amazing.
Oh, what is it? It's YouTube Premium now. It's not
Yeah.
Red anymore.
YouTube Ultra.
Sure. Well, no,
I thought
that's
those were
that's
separate
Google.
things.
Google Ultra. Oh, that's Ultron. I'm sorry.
Google Ultron.
Google Ultron.
And someone brought up WireGuard. I have not done any extensive.
Neat.
I have not done any
WireGuard's
extensive
neat.
testing, but yeah, WireGuard seems to be kind of cool. It's probably what I'm impressed so much about WireGuard is from threat surface. It's I think 1/4 of the lines of code is OpenVPN, so that's kind of a big bonus there, which it makes it easier to audit. If you can write something securely in less lines of code, wonderful, because now you have less lines of code to look at and audit to make it all work. What was the thing about Mikrotik? Just lots more pwned Mikrotik routers all over the place.
Yeah.
They're just big botnet. Now, and this is the part I don't get.
They've been patching them, but
Not fast enough.
it's already
Well,
out
no,
there.
and it's
Right.
people who are saying it's not Mikrotik's fault, and I've ranted about this before. Yes, it is. They thought it was a good idea to leave a service open by default that they now have closed by default on the WAN side. Someone found that they had, I think it's called the Windbind service, they had it open to the WAN side by default. Anyone who manufactures firewalls, when they have services open by default to the WAN side, you have to ask, are you really security minded? You
Right.
should have, most all firewall vendors, with very few exceptions, the WAN is completely closed off and you have to implicitly allow each thing you want to open. That's not how they did it. They chose to. They do that now. That's great. They addressed it very fast. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. You guys did a great
Shouldn't
job.
have happened in the first place.
Why did you leave something open in the first place? This is like me when I ranted about that other company. I can't remember their name, not having two-factor on one of the managed companies.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was. Don't quote me. Maybe it was Ninja. I did a rant video directly on it. Why? Because why would you be calling yourself a security
Ninja
company?
MSP?
It seems like it.
Or was it the one that that got crypto locked
I don't remember. But
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
twice?
Mm-hmm.
Crypto mined, I should say.
So, nonetheless, default and if you're security minded, do things securely. If you're doing dumb stuff and you claim to be a security company, you lose all credibility. Even if you fix it after you got in trouble, got hacked, got called out on it, that's kind of just an aggravation. Let's see. Yeah, Winbox. That's it.
Okay.
Sophos, I haven't heard anything bad about Sophos. I know a few people seem to like them. So,
What does
I don't. What's that?
I was going to ask, somebody likes OpenSense because it auto backs up the G drive, but what does it auto back up? The config?
Yeah.
How often do you change the config?
That's kind of how I feel. Like, whenever I change a config, I back up. And that's it. I have now not changed my config. And, some of our client configs, how often do they change? I don't know. Once a year,
When we put
every
them in?
couple years. Yeah, a lot of times it's set it and forget it and load updates. And when we load an update, we go ahead and back up again before the update, after the update, and then log it just because when there's a new version. Cool, but it's neat that it stores it. I don't know what I would. I don't also want it in G Drive, to be honest with you. We don't store the configs in some place because, like,
In the cloud.
in the cloud. All your credentials and all your stuff is there. I imagine it probably has some encryption method you can use. I've not really looked at it. Hey, we don't speak beyond. Yeah, if I don't know it, I don't talk about it. Says we don't speak beyond our realm of understanding. I will admit that you got me on the 2FA. You are right about that. I have not been happy that pfSense has not implemented 2FA, but we also don't have it. It doesn't have 2FA on the if you open up the web externally.
We also don't have it externally.
We also don't open up the web externally.
True.
So that's. But you're right. You nailed it on that, and it's been submitted to them. It's been a feature suggestion numerous times. They have not done it, and I have no idea why. I have no excuse to make for the developers other than do it. Why aren't you 2FA? Someone even wrote a hacky plugin to use TOTP. Like it is open source, but they submitted it hoping it would get pulled into the code.
They already wrote the code, and it still didn't.
It still didn't make it in there. So
Exactly.
yeah. Rip Ninja. Who's Ninja?
Rest in peace, Ninja.
As in probably Ninja RMM or
Ninja
Probably.
from Die Antwoord.
or Ninja from
Oh
Diane.
my gosh.
Yeah, they did digress shortly.
A little bit.
They did some type of I don't know if it was a diss on Eminem, and I don't know. I don't think he mentioned them, and he
Okay.
posted a video on it, and someone's like, "Oh my god, they did this," and I'm like. I watched it. I'm like, this is like the least weird thing these people have ever done on video. So,
Yes.
yeah. Anyways,
We deploy Ubiquity routers for clients who don't need all the VPN function.
or just a whole lot of features. Oh, Ninja
Yeah.
RMM.
They're nice, the Ubiquity routers. They
Yeah,
are nice.
they're really great, especially, if you manage several sites and you need a VPN, it's magic. You
The
just point
manage-
them at each other.
The management is great on them, really is.
But the remote user for VPN, Open VPN is just significantly better. So we use pfSense with Open VPN. But we've deployed a couple UniFi, the Ubiquity routers at clients who just needed
Yeah.
a solid router that we can still look at.
Some of them just had a couple Ubiquity access points, and they just had a crappy router. So we put in that, and they tie into each other really well. We can see them all from the dashboard. So if they don't need some of those really advanced features, it's really nice from a management standpoint. We can see the entire network that way.
Yeah, it was Ninja RMM that didn't have the 2FA turned on. That's why someone said that. So
Okay.
I looked as I
We
did the video on it.
established.
I want to
Yeah.
double check. I didn't want to slander the wrong company.
Fair enough.
I'm not
Very
slandering.
fair. Absolutely.
Just both. I don't really have a reason as
So-
to why. It's just what we had.
The USGs are the ones that obviously tie into the the UniFi access points that we have. So
In the dashboard.
yeah, in
And
the
they're nice.
dashboard. So those are the ones. If you're already going to put in APs, The USG is nice as long as you don't want to set up, multiple WANs, or I should say tie multiple addresses to the same WAN.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't want to have to go to the command line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But other than that, like if you just need a basic firewall that does what it's supposed to do, and you want to put in a couple APs, it's really nice to manage them all.
The edge router I put in 2 at a client because they were double natted, and we replaced both of theirs with them.
Yeah, and the edge routers are super nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one at home, so I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm running an edge router myself at home. I really like it, so I don't have any issues with it. They're probably one of my the edge routers are still, they're an older product but still relevant, and I talked about this in another video. Like, yeah, unless you have way more internet speed than they can handle, you have faster than gig, and you want some of the advanced features on there, and you can't enable hardware offloading. Okay, then you have a use case of why that they may not be a good fit for you. But yeah, they're other than that.
But they're a nice price for the amount of features that they offer.
Yeah.
Aruba, I've seen some. I've never tested.
They're an
Aruba.
HP company. I just Googled it.
Really?
That makes me skeptical.
Yeah, what?
They're an HP company.
Oh, Aruba is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
Chipset might overheat. DC jack might become desoldered. Who knows?
yeah.
Tons of bloatware.
Yeah.
That.
Hey guys, I need maintenance install not files.
We don't really sell any of the hardware directly. We're a service company, so
We order the hardware as needed. We don't stock
We
it.
have an Amazon store page though with everything we recommend.
yes.
Yes.
Buy through our Amazon store
That.
page.
Absolutely.
So that'll solve that problem there. What else? There's something else I had on my mind, and I'm trying to remember what it was. We had, and I didn't eat a lot of it, but I had enough of it. We had
Noodles?
Dave's Insanity Noodles.
Dave's
I
Insanity
made noodles. They were good.
Those were very good.
They were good. So
Yes.
If you ever watched the old video of us trying the, hot noodle challenge, it was pretty much the same thing again. It's not a challenge for us. They're just good.
PFSense does good with PCI compliance. Because it's easy to close
Yeah.
all the ports. It's not hard to do.
And you just open them back up later.
Yeah. Or you just get another IP assigned to it, so you have
Yeah.
the gateway with no ports open, and then you assign another IP to it where you have the ports open for the things that they actually need to work, and then you pass your compliance test. I tried a UEFI PXE iSCSI booting Windows 10 from FreeNAS for a month, and it felt flimsy. What's your opinion and that kind of setup?
Well, your problem is you're using Windows 10. I mean, that just feels flimsy.
Yeah, that does sound flimsy. Why would you? That doesn't sound like the way to run it. That's not how I would set it up. Maybe it works. I've never tried a setup like that before. Oh, did he hit Texas?
Department of Transportation. Oh wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
The reality is, though, even if they would have passed, they probably would have still everybody who's had a breach was compliant.
That's always my answer.
That's the problem.
Home Depot was compliant. Target was compliant. PCI compliance is a bunch of checkboxes on government forms, and it's not real security.
Yeah.
It makes some bean counters happy. It makes some bureaucrat happy.
Like, we looked at one of the
questions are
like,
ridiculous.
This doesn't help or make sense.
Yeah. It's one of those things like when government gets involved and old people that don't know technology write it, that's basically government.
Yep.
Yeah, that's PCI compliance. It's a mess.
Can't say we've tried chili vodka, but there's that Sriracha UV.
Oh, God.
It's awful.
It is.
I do have some Chipotle
Doesn't
vodka
even
I gotta
sound
bring in.
Ooh. Okay.
We will do Chipotle vodka maybe tomorrow or something. I got
sure.
it at home.
Yeah,
I just gotta bring it
absolutely.
in.
Down.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So all for that. At my college, the Linux user there, when the domain controller went down, guess who didn't have an issue? Yeah, that's the thing.
I
So,
mean, I guess.
but
It doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, they shouldn't. Why would they be tying their college computers to the domain? I don't understand. I'm
I
confused.
think they mean like the faculty.
Oh,
I think they mean faculty.
that could be.
I don't know why all the students would be tied to the domain.
I don't know
Right.
either. A horrible idea if they are.
We used to be.
Really?
And the domain was in Flint, but there were 2 what they called production labs that actually had removable hard drives for doing tests and that. and you use local login. So when they were redoing 94 and cut the internet line, those two labs could still do everything.
Yeah.
Like we could at least start up our computers and play the games we already downloaded.
I didn't go to college. All these guys did, so they can talk about their college experiences.
It was
I can't
whatever.
join in.
I had fun doing one thing at least that we're not going to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It had its moments. None of it was class. That's all I can say.
About me?
No, actually mine.
Because mine also wasn't very classy either.
Not classy at all.
I will tell you this. Someone just commented this. That happens unfortunately way too much. Got a cybersecurity audit at work from a company that says Linux is insecure because anyone can change it. Yes.
You mean like banks that say you got to use Internet Explorer for security reasons?
Exactly.
Anybody can change it.
I'm assuming they mean the source code?
Yeah. There's
Like a bad actor can come in and edit the source and then expect nobody else to audit that?
Yeah, and submit it. Oh yeah, and Linus will just let the changes go through, and next thing you have their own kernel patches going.
Yeah.
Because Linus never audits the code and rants about it belligerently. Oh man. I'm not gonna keep this going too long, because I actually got some stuff to do today, and we're all tired again. We should start doing this earlier, but
We should.
we should.
We used to.
We used to do this earlier.
There was a time.
We've been busy, and so you end up starting it like, oh crap, I gotta do this.
And here's the good thing. One of the problems that always kept me busy has been solved. I got my kid a car. So
True.
Oh yeah.
I'm for those of you who don't know or haven't heard me babble about this a bit, I am the one who takes my kids back and forth to school. And now my child is old enough to drive herself back and forth to school and has a car now to get her back and forth to school. So, and I was actually late because I had to put tires on said car because I didn't buy her a new car. I don't make that kind of money.
Right. Had 4 different tires on it.
It had
How about
4
that?
different tires on it. So
That's
I've
quality.
never heard of that
drove
before.
cars like that.
yeah. So now it
Not
it
for
has,
long, you don't.
Now it has matching tires.
Steve drove the Toyota Corolla station wagon that never got new tires. Tire would go flat. I'm going to the tire place down the street.
One at a time.
One at a time.
There's like 3 guys there, and they almost have a full set of teeth between them.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That was back in a road place.
It was.
But celebrating 15 years in business, we're excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been in business. I have been working for me longer than I've worked anywhere else, cumulatively.
I can say the same thing about Tom, too.
Yeah.
I actually think that's true. So it's
not.
not bad. It's an okay experience.
So working
Oh,
for
yeah.
me is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't sure.
absolutely. Stress free.
What was my longest held job before this? I think 2 or 3 days.
Oh my God, Steve.
And now he's here.
Now he's here.
Now you can't get rid of me.
5 days a week.
You guys want to buy a candy bar?
No.
How
No.
much and what kind?
Dollar caramel,
Do you-
almond, crisp.
No.
Do you want to be live
Wait,
on the show?
I actually do want
You
one.
want to be internet famous?
Yeah.
Do you want to be internet famous?
No, not right now.
No.
For all of you wondering, that's Krista, our neighbor.
Our neighbor
buying
Chris is
candy
here
bars.
trying to
She
sell,
she lives next door.
and she's trying to sell us candy bars.
Teach next door. Hi. I'm going to put this in short. I'm trying to sell candy bars.
Yeah, and she's trying to sell candy bars. So I guess this is where
For
we end
kids.
Vlog Tuesday with candy bars.
No, I don't change. Buy 10. You got to buy 10 now.
Don't buy 10.
Nope.
I would like to buy a candy bar.
What kind is it?
Go.
What do you want?
Steve, what do we want?
What is there? I already
Milk
forgot.
chocolate, candy bars.
almond, and caramel.
What?
Almond?
caramel.
You want caramel?
That.
I want milk chocolate.
Or-
We'll split a milk chocolate.
Well, this
Okay.
is going downhill quickly. There's
Yeah.
there's a candy bar sale going on over there.
So that's it?
Off the scene. Yeah, we're good.
get change for a 10.
Oh my god.
We're gonna split this one. Go home, Krista.
Okay, bye. I'm going to go teach. Thank you.
Can I have a
Bye-bye.
candy bar now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll all split it.
We're sharing candy.
Boy.
It's life in a strip mall's kind of like a sitcom, and she's that neighbor that kind of comes over, and you're like, "Why?"
So we see her coming in the window. No, no, no.
She's our Steve Urkel.
Rave party. Oh, yes.
Do we set up Sericot and everything? No, not necessarily. A lot of them we're gonna load PF Blocker. Thank you. And
There's 4 pieces, and there's 4 of us.
this is so wonderful.
Look how well that turned out.
Not bad.
How much was this?
$1.
$1 candy.
And this one's 25 cents.
They up their quality too. Less quantity though.
How many?
We made that $1 back.
How many candy bars is that?
That's
Some
Oh, that might
How was
actually be
that?
4 candy bars.
That's more than 2 candy bars.
No, 3.
This comes up a
Yeah.
lot. Someone's asking about, and
Pounds, yeah,
I have
that's
a
gonna be
video on this topic, is about SSL decryption at the gateway level. If you hate yourself,
Don't do it.
If you hate yourself and you want to do it, you can load Squid and load the certificates that you got to put on each device, and hopefully it won't break things. And
Or you can just go to each device and do an endpoint.
well, no, they're telling you put it on their phones. You can do that, but
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't do it. I mean, if that's what your thing is, and you think that's what you
At
want
that point, I mean, just like change your DNS.
change your DNS. Do that. All right, I guess this is where we end here. It's 7 o'clock. We're all gonna go.
We got
7?
yeah, it is 7, and we got derailed by candy.
We got
I like the candy.
We
That was a good way to end
They
it.
almost got to meet our neighbor.
Almost.
Almost got to meet her.
She didn't want to be internet famous.
No. Maybe it's a bad hair day. I don't know.
It's-
She made a face.
Looks the same every day.
I agree. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, smash that like button.
No.
No. Notification bell.
Notification.
Ring that
I want an
bell.
actual
Ring that
bell
bell.
now. I'm just gonna ring it.
We just need to ring our
one.
notification
A
bell. man.
triangle.
Next
We'll
week
get
we'll have a bell.
We'll get a notification triangle.
Oh, God.
I don't like triangles with their
Ooh,
180
cowbell.
degree.
We need a cowbell.
Everything needs more cowbell.
More
Yes,
cowbell.
absolutely.
More cowbell, please. So,
The only thing we need more of is pylons.
Yep.
You want me to
construct.
stop it?
Construct. Yeah,
use
go ahead and
no,
stop the stream. Construct more pylons.
You
by
must construct additional pylons.
Remember
Stop.
that one time Tom walked